It's the Pete Sousa Show. Sports,
Nobody tells our stories better than our clients.
The difference is stark. I was rear-ended at a stop. I thought I was fine, and then once I got home, I realized it's a lot worse than I thought. I ended up having a ruptured disc. You say you're not hurting, and then an hour later, you're saying you're in all this pain. I just felt like most people would think that I was lying. And that's when I decided to call Daniel Stark. I owe a lot to Daniel Stark. They really got me what I deserved.
The difference is stark.
We definitely love our relationship and love ExtraCo. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference because my stress level, when we shut down, to afterwards was night and day.
Our experience with ExtraCo has been phenomenal since the very beginning, so we love ExtraCo.
Tervis is all about staying hydrated with style and durability. You can trust Tervis tumblers to keep your drinks the perfect temperature, hot or cold, for hours. From the classic insulated tumblers to sleek stainless steel water bottles, each product is built to last and comes in endless designs to match your personality. Stay refreshed and express yourself with Tervis. Visit tervis.com today and find your perfect tumbler.
Since our founding, we've been revolutionizing hair removal with cutting-edge technology and a commitment to empowerment. The U-Like Air 3, launched in 2023, ushers in a new era of sapphire ice cooling technology, offering nearly painless hair reduction in just 3 weeks. Experience the future of hair removal today at ulike.com, because at Ulike, beauty is about looking and feeling good. That's ulike.com. Ulike. With Ease US, make studio quality voiceovers for your videos online in over 149 languages and dialects, featuring 468 natural AI voices. Customize the volume, mood, and pauses to perfectly match your content. Plus, capture high quality videos with no watermark. Record your screen, webcam, and voice, and save them instantly to your computer. Never been easier to create professional grade videos and voiceovers. Try it today at easeus.com. That's EASEUS.com. Ease US.
Just use AMP-Pace.
AMP-Pace.
It is the Pete Sousa Show. Here we are, folks. Man, game day is approaching in college football. 3 days away, 2 days away. I got a game Thursday night, and then, of course, Baylor and Auburn on Friday. Here in Waco, Texas, I am Pete Sousa. This is the Pete Sousa Show. Whew, just got to breathe. This is one of those days where, you know, over the summer, all you do is get excited for football season, and you have a million irons in the fire. And then the season starts and you're like, damn, I feel like I'm one of those irons. I'm in the fire. And then you step back and you realize, hey, we get to do this. This is all we ever wanted to do, right? And here we are, the college football season again. I'm so lucky to be able to share any thoughts, opinions with you today, and experience and information And this is going to be a very special show. I must mention, because I want to mention, that the Pete Sousa Show is presented by Slovaceks, also Sikora Family Ford, Crawford Austin Properties, Daniel Stark Injury Lawyers, Extraco Bank, and First National Bank of Central Texas. Heard from Dan Ingham last night. They are on board for a new revamped experience for everyone, like they said at Kansas this past weekend, at the new booth. That's what they're calling it. It's reimagined. And we're reimagining things around here. Sponsorship deals, the way we do the show. And for an example of a groundbreaking way or a groundbreaking situation today, to support my last comment, we are going to have from Auburn alums, 2 All-Americans, Wayne Gandy and Cadillac Williams. They're going to join us at the same time. Okay. 2 first-round picks, by the way, 2 All-Americans. Both guys played on undefeated teams. And no time like the present to welcome a couple legendary Tigers and chat with them a little bit about, of course, their legacy and the amazing footprint, or thumbprint, I should say, they left on college, at Auburn. I guess you could say they put their thumbprint on Auburn in the football program there, and they put their thumbprint on that at Auburn, and they put their footprint on the rest of college football, because both of those guys went undefeated. Wayne Gandy in 93 at 11-0, and then Cadillac at 13-0. Wayne's team at Auburn actually never had a chance to play for a national title because there were already previous sanctions that had been levied against Auburn. So the whole season, it was kind of magical what Terry Bowden was doing with that group, but you knew there was a ceiling. Now, I would have loved to have seen Auburn take on Charlie Ward and Florida State that year, the eventual national champion, but it wasn't in the cards. More recently, Cadillac Williams, by the way, who was running backs coach at the university, promoted to head coach at the university, first African-American head coach at Auburn. Like I mentioned, All-American. His team, when he played at Auburn in 2004, 13-0 for Tommy Tuberville. Now they got screwed, you could say. Outside looking in, and USC won the national title. And honestly, that USC title was vacated, right? So that's why Auburn just last week, you heard their AD claimed 2004. Hey, why not, right? I got no issues with that. That's an AD doing what an AD does, right? So I cannot wait for that. That's coming up in about 15 minutes. First, let's talk about what's going on with these college football TV networks and deals, okay? Because on the eve of the college football season starting, we now are faced with a little bit of a dilemma. And over the course of the past 5 years, let's say, I'm late to the party on most of this stuff, but I'm not too bad. I have noticed I am a Hulu guy, okay? Christy, my fiance, she's YouTube TV. Scotty, what are you? Anything? Scotty is YouTube TV. Christ, could you imagine if this was a road game for Baylor? Oh my God.
I'm going to all the road games this year, though.
That's true. Yeah, Green and Gold, our pregame show, will be at all the road games this year, and Scotty is at the forefront of that movement. So, yeah, he won't have to miss, or he won't miss a Baylor game this year. But if you're a diehard Baylor fan, if you're a diehard Auburn fan, and you're gearing up for Friday night's game, right? You've got stress around, is our team going to perform? You might have stress around, where am I going to go to watch the game, right? Will there be enough beer? For me, I don't drink. Will there be enough Coke Zeros? You don't think about stress around, is the game even going to be broadcast? But that's where we are. It's another one of those situations. It's a carriage dispute, right? That's what it's called. And it's YouTube TV, owned by Google. This is everything you need to know, by the way. It's a carriage dispute. YouTube TV is owned by Google, okay? And Fox and Google and YouTube TV, obviously, are at the end of a negotiating period where they have got to finalize a deal in order to go forward. Now, we see this time and time again. And why do we see this time of year? It's a total negotiating ploy. And I'm not in the room. I don't know what's going on. Like, you know, that's for Fox Business, right? Or some other station that you can watch for now. But at 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night, it's going to be blacked out if a deal is not reached. What is it? I'll tell you. Fox, Big Fox, like Big Noon Kickoff Fox, Ohio State, Texas Fox, right? Boom, gone. Okay. FS1, Auburn, Baylor Fox, boom, gone. And then if you're a Fox News guy or whatever, you lose all that stuff. Oh, BTN too, Big Ten Network, gone. Now, the good news, or should I say I got to be careful because like if YouTube pulls the plug on this, we'll be screwed. But YouTube, they're giving a $10, if this goes down and if stuff gets blacked out, don't worry. YouTube's going to give you $10. That is honestly, just don't do anything, right? God, I hope they don't take us down, but I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't, or I would do something else. Now, people are pissed, dude. I'm just going to read you one tweet that I found. And this is the real deal, dude. This is something like, this is not Scotty and this is not Cam Stewart. But here we go. This is an Ohio State and Texas fan, so they don't care about the Baylor game. This gentleman tweets, "You have until this Saturday at 11:59 a.m. Eastern time. We're not missing Texas, Ohio State at noon Eastern. No self-respecting football fan cares about your $10 bribe. Give us our football." So your access to live sports, as we know it, through the broadcast TV or the digital medium is really at risk here. But I do have a workaround for you. And it's not that complicated. And I know that you can figure it out. Okay. And the workaround is this. It's called Fox One. And it's just like, and I don't think, I mean, it would be brilliant if it was the play, but I don't believe like Fox is like using this as a ploy to like get like Fox One out there. I truly believe like Fox One has existed before this. And if you subscribe to Fox One at no cost, no additional cost, you will be able to watch all the things that Fox has to offer, right? Everything under the umbrella, which would be BTN, Fox, Big Fox, right? Big Noon Kickoff Fox, Texas, Oklahoma, or FS1, or Texas, Ohio State, or FS1, which will get you Baylor, Auburn. Okay, so there is a workaround. And I'm going to tell you, like, I know you get freaked out. Like, I can't even change the channels on Hulu. I can't get to the grid on YouTube TV when I get to Christie's. Like, I never thought I'd see the day, but like, I'm that dude. Like, what the hell's going on? I can't get anything. Like, why can't I get the new Dateline? You know, I legit, that's me. That's just kind of stuff I say. That has come out of my mouth. So we've got we got Matthew in here taking pictures, by the way. Matthew, don't get this side. I'm receding over here. So how about this? Okay, back to work. Gotta love the pictures. Gotta love Rogue Media, by the way. But back to this little jag. I am that person, and I understand the frustration that comes with the inability to navigate that stuff seamlessly. But it's time to put together a backup plan. It is, especially, I will say, I mean, if I'm a gambling man, right, which sometimes I am, I would say 100% things will be worked out by Saturday at noon. Like, there would be like riots in the streets of Columbus and Austin specifically, if Texas and Ohio State would be blacked out in some of those markets, right? However, Baylor and Auburn, I feel like that's like a sneaky game that could kind of like Baylor fans that are watching this, just sign up for Fox One now and honestly, and navigate it, learn, even if maybe tonight's the night you go home, you kick your feet up with the wife, you know, the kids go down for bed, and now you got some time. Before you watch your shows, I would literally go and subscribe to Fox One. Now, you can do this if you have Hulu, if you have YouTube TV. It's just an app. You download it. you put in, this is where it gets tricky, right? Because God knows if you're like me, did you sign up for this channel through Roku or Hulu, or was it 15 years ago through like goddamn who knows what else, right? Like that's where I run into trouble. I was trying to sign out of Christie's Peacock and add my Peacock the other night because my Peacock has no commercials, right? But guess what? The Peacock that I have with no commercials, I brokered that deal through Roku like 7 years ago. Now ask me how easy it is to get on Roku and change your login stuff. It's not a picnic, dude. And to the point where I just haven't done it yet because I'm overcome with fear. This Fox One thing should not be that difficult, but I give you that caution because I do think it's something you're going to want to tackle as soon as you can so you can get familiar with it. You don't want to be left in the cold. I would expect something to get done by Saturday, no doubt. But for Baylor and Auburn on Friday night, a little sketch. Let's get that out of the way. Scotty, you got anything? All right. I got one more thing before we go to break, and then we're going to welcome Cadillac Williams and Wayne Gandy, two Auburn All-Americans joining the Pete Sousa Show. I mean, we're making history here, guys. We're making history. And to be a part of it is pretty cool. But Shedeur Sanders gets, I shouldn't say that. Kenny Pickett got traded to the Raiders last night. Now, I told Scotty, I said, this is good for Shedeur Sanders. And he says, why? Is it really? Right? No, really.
I mean, he's gonna be third string no matter what. He's still third string.
I want to show you guys something, by the way, too. Like Scotty and I kind of we kind of work together, right? Like we do work together, and we're friends. Can you guys see this? This is all like.
Are you doxing me right now?
He leaves me on red like all the time, right? It's like I'm in the blue, right? Every time I'll text Scotty at night, I don't get responses. I get like the thumbs up emojis, and I respect it because he's with his daughter, so I don't ever intrude. But I mean, like, if you were really to look at like the whole like tree around here, like he kind of like works like for us, you know, like, but like you wouldn't know it. I sometimes I think he's the boss, right?
I'm pretty sure I got a text from you last week that says, I love it when you take charge.
I do. Scotty, come on now. That's between the two of us, right?
You just held your whole phone screen up to the camera, but that one's too far. Okay.
No, it is funny though.
I got you, Pete.
I love texting with Scotty and messing with him and seeing what he's up to because he's one of the more passionate fans and people I know. So it's like he's just like an interesting guy to keep tabs on, and he's a fun guy to talk to. But yeah, the Shedeur Sanders thing real quickly. I want to get to breaking time. Obviously, we're not going to make Wayne Gandy or Cadillac Williams wait. But I do think the Shedeur thing is a good sign for him. I think it shows that the Browns are invested in him. I think it shows that, he will have time to mature and learn from a guy like Joe Flacco about the quarterback position, about navigating life as an NFL quarterback. Kevin Stefanski is on his side, right? They want to see him do well. And I think this is an example of the Browns being on board with the Shedeur Sanders project. So the Pete Sousa Show is presented by Slovacek. We're going to step aside. In this world, things get crazy, but we expect when we come back to have Cadillac Williams and Wayne Gandy. We're going to talk about what Auburn did for them as men, what they did for Auburn, and Baylor and Auburn, a preview with two All-Americans who played on undefeated Auburn teams. The Pete Sousa Show is going to step aside. We'll be back after this.
Did you know nearly all stock price changes of 10% or more result from a single news headline? These news catalysts create trading opportunities every day. All you need is a little help to reach out and take them. It doesn't matter if your investment budget is small or big. All you need is Benzinga Pro and its powerful news alerts, price tracking, and portfolio monitoring. Subscribe now, and we'll skyrocket your portfolio today.
OsleyMD.com. I've always had thin hair my whole life. It breaks off at a certain length. In the last 6 months, I've noticed it just really bad. I mean, you could totally see it. I wear a hat a lot. I tried several different products. My experience with the Bosley MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken, and and feel normal again.
OsleyMD.com.
Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's GOLFPARTNERUSA.com. Golf Partner.
Since 2003, Bluehost has been empowering people to harness their brands online with innovative web hosting solutions. Trusted by over 2 million users, we're the longest-running WordPress.org recommended host. With Bluehost, you get a safer, better web experience, supported by the world's most popular site builder, and backed by our commitment to open source projects. Visit Bluehost.com today and take your website to the next level.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internix.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress. It's like a wearable hug for your nervous system that helps you calm down and feel better. The Apollo wearable will send gentle vibrations to your body, like a song you can feel instead of hear. You feel better, you sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Elevate your experience with Grenco Science, the leaders in cutting-edge vaporizers. Whether you're at home or on the go, our sleek, powerful devices deliver smooth, consistent hits every time. Quality you can trust, innovation you can feel. Grenco Science. Take your vapor game to the next level. Visit us at GrencoScience.com.
It all began with a simple idea. Cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Angles 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Angles90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
All right, it is the Pete Sousa Show, and it is a very, very special morning. It is so rare, by the way, in the history of the world that you can have All-Americans in college football play on undefeated teams. And there's like a handful. And we've got two of them right here. We've got Wayne Gandy and Cadillac Williams, guys who literally are still a part of the Auburn history, but created a lot of it. Cadillac, Wayne, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your, I know, busy mornings to share a little bit with us this morning.
Well, I'm just happy I can wear my Auburn shirt and not be biased. You know, a lot of times you go on these shows and you worry about whether you're going to come off biased. I am totally biased on this show this morning.
Wayne, man, it is so cool to have you. And you paved the way and got guys out of the way for dudes like Cadillac. Cadillac, man. Hey, Cadillac, first question. Who would you rather have blocking for you, Wayne Gandy or that Cadillac Escalade you used to drive back in Tampa in the mid-2000s?
Oh, my God. I'm going to definitely have to say Wayne Gandy blocking for me. But, look, I'm excited to be on this show, excited for you guys to having me, and looking forward to having a lot of fun. And just forewarning the Baylor fans, I am a little biased, but I'm going to be truthful, but I am a little biased.
Hey, as long as you're authentic, that's all we can ask for. I want to ask you guys a few questions just about Auburn before we get into the game. And Wayne, I'll start with you. You guys were both All-Americans, right? Both on undefeated teams. And Auburn obviously shaped you, but you left a real imprint, your legacy on Auburn. What did it do for you as a man, though, the school and the football program?
Well, for me, I would say it kind of completed that chapter of my life. It let me leave the college ranks in Auburn with this great feeling that every time I put a foot back on campus, I could hold my head high and really bask in the glory of being an Auburn Tiger. It was a hard season. We were on probation at that time, first year coach and Terry Bowden at that time. And we had a lot of uphill battles when you try to get a team to galvanize, knowing there is no postseason. Nobody's going to see you on television, which was huge back in those days. When you talk about 1993, part of your recruitment trip was telling a kid he was going to be on television in those days. So to take that away from him, so we went out and we felt like we had a team that was already on the cusp of going to be good. And a couple of games into the season, especially after we beat Florida, we just got into a groove and ended up beating Alabama, who it was their second time ever even coming to Auburn at that time and being able to complete an undefeated season.
In the Iron Bowl. Pretty cool. Cadillac, about, what's happening inside that Auburn football program, at least a little bit. I mean, you were the head of it, right? Just a few years ago, the first African-American head coach in Auburn history. And you had the entire school and Auburn Nation rallying behind you, which was so cool. Hugh Freeze gets appointed. He wants to keep you around. That standard and legacy we were just talking with Wayne about. How does the team today still carry that? Being an Auburn man, how do they use that to their advantage?
Honestly, it's the blueprint of who Auburn is, and it's creed. I mean, it's work hard, work. Nothing is ever given; everything is earned, and just the unity of that fan base of the Auburn family is so strong. And again, I just think these guys got to go out, against this Baylor team who has last year got off to a hot start where they finished very strong. So I just think these guys going to have to, go out and trust what their coaches are telling them. And, they're going to have to go out and establish the run game. I feel like especially being, away Baylor Stadium, that thing is going to be rocking. So I'm just looking forward to this showdown. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I mean, that leads me to my next question, Wayne. I wanted to ask you about, Auburn had athletes like you, like big dudes who were gifted, but it led to that physicality up front and that smash mouth football that was kind of in the Tigers' DNA. Do you still see that today being carried through all the way to the current team? Because like Cadillac just said, setting the tempo early, right? And defining that, hey, the line of scrimmage is ours is something that will be really important. Do you see that transitioning now into today's team?
Well, I think it's something that needs to come back. I'm totally with Cadillac about having the run game. I think for my time at Auburn, Cadillac, Ronnie Brown, those guys, it was all about establishing run, showing your dominance. And I think for this team, this Auburn team down in Baylor on the road, this big fancy offensive line that we're all looking forward to, got a couple of transfers in at tackle, some veteran experience inside, two hungry running backs. You got to go out, be able to give whatever quarterback is in the game that comfortable mindset that they're not going to be in third and long on the road. But the tradition of running the ball, I think you saw that last year in the NFL. Teams are scrambling to find some kind of effective run game for their team.
Yeah, Cadillac, we talk about the run game, and Wayne, you teed it up, right? Whoever is going to be playing quarterback. Right now looks like Jackson Arnold would be the guy. But last week when Coach Freeze said he could play a bunch of guys, maybe all three, what did you make of that, Cadillac? Was he being for real, or was he just keeping Dave Aranda and Baylor on their toes?
I think it was a little bit true to it. I know Jackson, I know they're very comfortable with him, and he's a very talented guy. And I honestly think it's some truth to it because I know that you have Deuce, the talented 5-star freshman, then you have Daniels, the transfer quarterback who can run the football. So I know it's situations in there with Coach Freeze within his offense where he might want to run that RPO system and run some option football. But I think it's Jackson's job to start, and I honestly think that he's gonna resurrect his career and get off to a hot start. But I honestly feel like if they will put him in a good situation of giving him some quick throws, giving him some easy throws, and leaning on that run game, just like Gandy just said about the offensive line. It's probably the best offensive line within the past 10 years at Auburn. I'm talking about a lot of experience, big time tackles, NFL guys. I mean, the center is an All-American. And I know those guys going to get down and nasty. I know the O-line coach coaches those guys well. So, again, just simplicity, this game here, and taking care of the football.
Yeah, Wayne, that's a great point, by the way. You like how Cadillac gets excited talking about the O-line because he knows that pick it, right? He always is.
I know that's the lifeline for us, RB. We get all the credit, but those guys, they are the key.
Hey, Cadillac, what's the nicest thing you ever did for an offensive line? Like, you come into the NFL in Tampa, you run for more than 1,000 yards. You hook those guys up? Did you hook up the guys in college?
I did. Well, in college, it was more dinner because, as you know, it wasn't NIL. So, we was working off of, our stipend that we got from college. So it was more, pizza, dinner. But NFL, whenever I won Rookie of the Year, I actually bought all the offensive linemen, including the tight ends, Brightland, watch. So, it's crazy. I still run into some of those guys when I go back to Tampa and other things. And the guys are still wearing those watches, man. So, I was blessed and fortunate to have guys, open up those holes that made my job a lot easier. And again, Auburn, if they can hear me here, establish that run game for Jackson to make it easy throw. It kind of remind me of, Jason Campbell career as a quarterback. It was shaky up and down. And, we got Al Borges, Coach Petrino in there, guys that played to his strength and played to the run game and play action. So, get a guy easy throws and lean on that line of scrimmage.
Hey, Wayne, I wanted to ask you a little bit. We're talking now about running the football, just establishing the line of scrimmage. When you were playing in a non-conference game, right, not against an SEC opponent, I think that's part of the element to this game on Friday, Big 12 SEC, right? The Big 12 has a chance, Baylor does, to show the SEC they mean business. So as kind of like the bully on the block, right, the SEC, like, what did you used to do in non-conference games to let guys know, like, hey, I'm in charge today? Like, what can those guys do?
Well, I think they banned it now, but we would start off early cutting a lot of people. It was just one of those tempo setters, even with the short passing game. Just get out, get in their legs, let them know that it's going to be that kind of day, run the ball right at them. That's what you want to do, especially when you have a size advantage as this Auburn's offensive line has against Baylor. You just want to establish a run, get downhill, let them know it's going to be a physical day, and try to stay out of those situations. You want to dictate the tempo to them. Stay out of 3rd and 5+ and try to stay in the 3rd and 3, especially with the dual threats you have at quarterback, Ashton Daniels, Jackson Arnold, even Deuce if he gets in there. You want to make 3rd down friendly for your team.
Hey, Wayne, one more for you, and Cadillac, you can jump in on this too, but because it kind of applies to both of you. I get a chance to call college football games, and a couple of years ago, I worked with Takeo Spikes, and we were driving over to the facility. I think it was at Kentucky, and it turned out that somebody in the car had gone to Alabama, and that got brought to his attention. And all he said, I'm from Philadelphia. I know a lot about sports and college football, but Takeo right away just goes, War effing Eagle. I'm like, wow, these guys mean business. So like tonight or Friday night, when you guys get together, like the pride and the rich tradition that is Auburn football, how much does it mean for Auburn alums like you two to get a win? Because we're looking to turn things around, right? Auburn is.
It's important. We are a prideful program, that loves Auburn football, but not only Auburn football, just Auburn in general, everything that Auburn brings, just the fans, the community, the people. It's a life-changing place. It gives you opportunity, a lifetime to go out and do a lot of things. It shapes and mold your life like no university in college football, to be honest with you. And again, like I said, I'm biased, but I just honestly think that with being in this, in the state of Alabama with that other team, the University of Alabama, it's 365 days where we are competing, trying to get ahead of those guys and trying to establish our dominance within our program. So we have a lot of pride. So I just think us former players, when we get the opportunity to watch these other former players, man, we just want those guys to go out to play together, play hard-nosed Auburn football, relentless effort, and man, go out there and compete and represent that orange and blue in a way that can be transforming for people.
Guys, this is so awesome. I appreciate you. Just a couple more minutes and I'll let you get back to your lives. Wayne, I got a question for you. As the elder statesman of this particular group, right? You had such a decorated career in the NFL, with teams like the Rams and Pittsburgh. But before that, you were an Auburn Tiger. And now there's so much turnover with transfers, right? NIL to these rosters, which is fine. It's the way it is. Like, I don't have an issue with it. I would imagine you guys don't either, right? Or maybe you do. If you do, go ahead and say so. But how important is it a role for a guy like you now, who's like a real hardcore piece of history of the Auburn alumni, just like Cadillac is, but like to keep this school and the message intact, right? Because now players are transient and they don't get like the bonds that you used to get, right? They don't get that like living, breathing Auburn football, at least not all 4 years. So how important is it for guys like you to be around the program and carry the legacy?
Very important. Just listening to Cadillac speak right there, I was thinking, long are the days gone where guys are just Auburn guys, full time. That's all you know for 3, 4, 5 years. You have no other school to shout out, and that is being lost with the transfer portal. And I think guys like us have to exemplify not just while we're there, not just going back, but the endeavors that we take on off the field to be able to be beacons of, if you go to Auburn, there's this brotherhood, this idea that success will not only follow you on the field, but it'll follow you in your post-career. And I think that is huge to get young men to buy in, to stay longer, to consider just staying at Auburn when there's other opportunities.
Yeah, Cadillac, I'd like to get your thoughts on that too, because you lived it, right? And you probably will again, being a coach whenever you want to. Like, what is that like, managing that situation, especially you? You were the head coach at your school. Like, how do you continue to carry that Auburn Tiger DNA throughout the program?
Well, one thing I try to stress to players in this day and age, man, please don't forget the process and the journey of it. I honestly feel like those are the things that now that I'm in my 40s, early 40s, those are the things that mean so dear to me. And those are the things that keep me going. Those are the things that I hold on to. I just feel like a lot of times is, I'm all for these guys getting paid and doing what's best for them. But man, whenever you self-serving yourself, and look, I don't want to sound like, guys selfish, but whenever you self-serving yourself, usually, nothing come good out of that, for the long road. So it's a lot of guys that taking the easy path, that's not taking that narrow path where they're competing, they're sticking in, they're loyal to their word, what they said. Guys are the first thing that come with adversity that comes their way, they jump ship or they don't know how to compete. And I just think down the line, beyond the game of football, because football is not for long, even if guys go to the pros, I just think you're setting yourself up to not be a quitter, but a tendency of not to finish what you started. So I just think with the Auburn is set up right. It's a family. It's unity. It's about serving. It's about giving to others. So I think Auburn is going to withstand this, and the glory days are going to be back here soon, very soon, 2025.
All right, I got one more question for each of you. Wayne, just to give people in Central Texas a little Auburn flavor, what's the number one tradition at Auburn that you appreciated, liked witnessing, being a part of, or celebrating? That not a lot of folks outside of Auburn may know about it.
I always love the landing of the eagle at the beginning of the game when it takes the field. It's a tradition that you didn't realize. Just like being able to see War Eagle means hello, it means goodbye, it means a million things based on how you say it. But I always thought the tradition of how the eagle lands and sets the tempo of the game was just something that was unique and that I eventually learned to love.
All right, Wayne, one more for you. Actually, I lied. What's your expectations for Auburn this season, and what do you think the outcome of the game on Friday night will be?
I think as soon as we can get into a groove Friday night, I think we can take this game over with the offensive line and start on a track that I think we have to build on some momentum. We got some tough games with Georgia, but it's at home. We also have Alabama at the end of the season at home. So I'm looking for, we were 5-7 last year. I really can put in my mind a 10-2 season and really feel like I can stand on that.
All right, Cadillac, I want to find out what is your favorite Auburn tradition that people may not know about outside Auburn?
Man, the eagle is very tough. That's a sight to see. But I'm gonna have to go with rolling Toomer's corner. That's where after a big win, that's with anything, football, basketball, gymnasts, volleyball, the fans, they gather as a family in unity and they roll Toomer's corner with toilet paper. So that is one of my favorite tradition because for one, you don't won the game, and for two, you get to be with family and roll Toomer's corner, which is a sight to see.
How about Cadillac? How about a road game for you, which you both played a lot of big ones, but when you were in that foreign environment, like Auburn will be on Friday night, but you saw your Auburn blue, you saw the faithful traveling. Was there one game where that support on the road meant a lot to you, or where you really noticed it?
You know what? One game that sticks out to me is the 2001 the road game to Georgia, and the Auburn and Georgia rivalry, man, is very comparable to the Alabama Auburn rivalry. Actually, Auburn Georgia is one of the oldest rivalries in college football. But to be a freshman and to see the Auburn people show up in the support with the zeal, the passion, that they have, the way that they not only love Auburn football, but just love you as a person. Like it gives those players that extra boost. It make those players want to go out there and compete and be the best version of themselves because of how the fans support and pour into that program in that community.
And Cadillac, what do you think? What are your expectations for the Tigers this year?
Wow. I am I'm gonna always bleed orange and blue, been keeping up with the guys. I just think offensively, man, they're very strong in the right positions. They're strong at offensive line, receiver, very strong. And I know, it's question marks with the running back and the quarterback position. But again, man, I just feel like if we could play to our strength and we can simplify things and we can give Jackson easy throws and give him a run game with a defense that's, young but got depth. They're hungry. They're relentless. They're going to be effort. I know guys on that staff that's excited. I'm actually looking for a 10-2 season, to be honest with you. I think, this Friday night game is going to be a bit key. And, once we win this game, I just think from this game, the momentum is going to carry over until the Texas A&M once we play them and on to the Georgias where we're going to be able to compete because our offensive line and defensive line. So I'm looking for a 10-2 season and quite a chance to be a playoff team, to be honest with you.
Think about it, Wayne. If you block for Cadillac, you could be looking for a Breitling right now. It'd probably be right behind you. Hey, Wayne. Last question. I just want to give you guys. First of all, this is amazing for me to have watched you guys be legends on the field and to know in moments like that you're legends off it is so cool. Wayne, any parting shots for people, fans in the Waco, Central Texas area you want to leave us with?
Just get ready. The War Eagles are coming to town, and I know you want to play some big-time football. A big-time team is coming, and I think this is going to be you're going to be the jump start to a successful season.
Cadillac, how about you? Any parting shot?
Pete, hold on. One second. One second here. One second here, my guy. One second.
I got plenty of time for you. You usually move pretty quick, so it won't be long. Oh, there we
go. So for you Baylor fans, man, we are, as Auburn Tigers, we are honored to have this opportunity to go play on the road, which I think that a lot of times, the Auburn family and the Auburn player, we're going to show up and show out. So I am predicting it's going to be a close game. I'm predicting 27-21. Auburn going to win 27-21. We're going to establish the run game. I think at wide out, we're too big, too physical for their guys. And, I think that we are going to be able to get downhill, behind that big offensive line. And I think the Damari Austin and the Jeremiah Cobb wrestle on that running back group, man. They're going to prove their worth. And, man, I'm looking for a big victory, 27-21, War Eagles.
Hey, hold on. This is it's Coach Aranda. He said, "Stay your ass at home in that jersey." All right, he doesn't want you showing up running on Friday night, and he certainly doesn't want you running behind Wayne, looking pretty good behind you at his jersey. Hey, gentlemen, thank you so much. It means a lot to have you guys on. Sharing your experience, strength, and hope about Auburn, and obviously, we look forward to a great game on Friday night.
Thanks for having us, Pete.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
Hey, I gotta say War Eagle after that. That's amazing. I'm saying it, man. Those guys really gave me their time and gave us their time, and we're so transparent and so awesome. Scotty, how cool was that? Come on, let's react to that, and then we'll end the show. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I hate how awesome they were.
I mean, seriously.
They were great. They were great. That's one of the best interviews we've ever done here.
And I'll tell you something.
It's a blast.
The Bosworth picture isn't up here, but Bosworth used to never talk to opponents. I've read his book, like a knucklehead, but he would avoid at all costs getting to know his opponents because underneath it all, he was like a good guy. And he did not want to meet guys like that were so awesome that you would be like, man, it's hard.
Well,
it makes it harder to root against Auburn.
Listen. I don't remember watching Wayne play, but I remember watching a lot of Cadillac Williams when I fell in love with football. Yeah. And so, like you said, I can love him and cheer against every Auburn Tiger on that field Friday night.
Yes, you can. And how about Cadillac? That guy was a head coach.
It's awesome.
Just a few years ago, and he'll be a head coach again. You know, I don't want to ask him any like hard-hitting questions like, are you going to be a head coach again at Auburn? But like, look, there's a future for him. And
totally.
You can tell.
If he wants to do it, he can do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has just been an amazing morning with you guys. I got to run over to KWTX to film Inside the 12, and then I got to go to Houston for my game on Thursday night. Scotty's preparing for the Green and Gold show. We will have shows tomorrow. We're actually talking with Craig Way, Texas Longhorn play-by-play guy. He's going to give us a window into Arch Manning and that huge game on Thursday night, Thursday night. That's Houston SFA. That's not that big, but that's my game. Saturday, Ohio State and Texas. We're going to talk to Craig Way tomorrow, but awesome stuff. Thanks for Chris Visser, of course, our executive producer. You got to give him a tip of the cap for setting that up. And then Scotty Swingler, just, man, riding shotgun with me, making it happen. Great day for the Pete Sousa Show and for the Big 12 and SEC. Friday is going to be awesome. We will see you tomorrow.
It's the Pete Sousa Show. Sports.
We definitely love our relationship and love Extraco. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference because my stress level, when we shut down to afterwards, was night and day.
Our experience with Extraco has been phenomenal since the very beginning. So we love Extraco.
Nobody tells our stories better than our clients.
The difference is stark. I was rear-ended at 70 miles an hour. I was injured, had a concussion. The insurance company, they delayed. They were playing games from the initial conversation. They weren't going to help me. The biggest thing I learned through this is that you can't go through this alone. I called Daniel Stark. They were going to help me and everything was going to be all right. Daniel Stark got me 10 times the insurance company offered.
The difference is stark.
We are Rogue Media Sports.